Here comes the second edition of our lesson. Before we come to today's topic, let's look at the COVID-19 tips.
Here are some important tips to fight COVID-19, the pandemic. Wash the hands frequently with soap or sanitizer. Soap is an effective weapon to wash away the viruses and bacteria. Avoid unnecessary touching of eyes, nose, and mouth. Use your elbow to cover while sneezing or coughing. Wear a mask if you need to go out for any urgent work to protect yourself, and avoid close contact with people who are unwell. The minimum safe distance is 1 meter or 3 feet. Stay at home if you begin to feel unwell. Most importantly, don't self-medicate. Call your doctor and seek early medical help if you have persistent fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing. Don't worry, not all fever and cough are related to coronavirus. Let the healthcare provider diagnose it and follow the advice given by the doctor. Avoid handshake. Instead, greet people by folded hands and say namaste. Lastly, do not panic. Stay at home and keep social distance. Avoid going out in public. Let's fight this pandemic together. Stay safe.
Welcome back. Today, we are going to look at something on electricity and electronics, which is our strand. Electricity and electronics, which is our strand. Our sub-strand is going to be component of electric circuit. Component of electric circuit. Now let's look at our previous lesson. Are you following me? I hope if you remember the previous lesson that we had. That is nice of you. We learned something on forces and movement. Forces and movement. We said force is a push or a pull. A push or a pull. We also learned something about effects of force on objects. Let's quickly look at two of them. We have force can cause a moving object stop. Another one, we also had force causes object to move. We quickly looked at types of force, where we got to know elastic force, compressional force, and then frictional force. I gave you explanation today. I explained everything. Now let's quickly look at today's lesson. Today we are going to look at something on components of electric circuit. Component of electric circuit. Now let's look at our keywords. We have some keywords that we have to put in mind. One, component. Say that again. Component. Again, component. Two, current. Or also say current. Say that to me. Current. Nice. Next one, circuit. Say that to me. Circuit. Okay. Another one, lead. Say it. Lead. Okay. And the last one we have, last but not the least, we have closed circuit. Say that to me. Okay. Closed circuit. And the last one we have open circuit. Or say it. Open circuit. That is nice of you. Now let's move on to some simple definitions. The first word that I would like to define to you as you all try to evolve into the lesson as you are there. We have definition of circuit. When we talk of circuit, what do we mean? A circuit is the path through which electric current flows. Did you get it? A circuit is the path through which electric current flows. Wonderful. Now, definition of electric current. What do we mean by current? Now we've gotten to know the definition of circuit. Now what is meant by current? Electric current is the electricity that flows through an electric circuit. The electricity that flows through an electric circuit. That is what is meant by electric current. Let's quickly have a look at the component of simple electric circuit. In the definitions, I define what is circuit. Now you see an electric circuit in the image there, where you can see it. Yeah, that is a simple electric circuit. Now, look at this. components of an electric circuit are things that are used in the circuit connections. Components of an electric circuit are things that are used in the circuit connection. Can you see it? Now let's look at the things. Now what you see there, the image you see there is component of a simple electric circuit. Yeah. So the first one, you have the switch. You can see the switch there. You can also see what do you call it, the battery. You can also see the wire, and you can see the bulb. Yeah, at the same time. Very good. So we will quickly move on to component of simple electric circuit, as we've already seen them, but you have to see them one by one as well, so that it sticks in your memory. Yeah, the component and their symbols are as follows. So let's look at the symbol. You see the battery. This is the battery. Yeah, battery and the symbol. So what you see there is the symbol. The symbol for battery. Now switch or key. It's either switch or key. What you see there is a symbol for switch. Alright. Next one, light emitting diode. Light emitting diode. That normally people say LED. Yeah, it's abbreviation. Call it light emitting diode. Now the symbol too is there. Wonderful. Hope you are following the lesson. That is nice of you. Now let's quickly move on to bulb. Now the bulb you see in the room. This is a symbol for a bulb. Yeah, have you seen it? Wonderful. So let's look at the wire. This is the wire. This is the last one. Wire. This is a symbol for the wire. The wire is, I know you know wire. As you're in the room, you've been seeing wires. That is what the electric current passes through. Yeah. So now let's move on to another thing. Functions of the electric component. The component that we saw, their functions. The electric component. Let's look at their functions. So first of all, the battery. Before you get an electric circuit, the battery is very, very necessary, very important. Are you following the lesson? Wonderful. When we talk about the battery, is the part of the circuit that provides electrical energy to the circuit. So without the battery, there wouldn't be light. So the battery provides energy to the electric circuit. Now I show you a beautiful circuit. You all saw it. Now this is the use of the battery. Let's look at the next one. Switch or the key is a device used to control the circuit. That is to switch the circuit off or on. Say that again, off or on. Very good. Now in your room, look behind you. You see, if you want to switch on the light, what do? You go to the switch, right? If you want to switch it off, so it controls the circuit. Yeah, it controls the circuit. If you want to switch it on, you press on the switch. If you want to switch it off, you also press on the switch, and it controls it at the same time. Are you okay with the lesson? Now the next component I would like to talk of is light emitting diode. Say that to me. Light emitting diode. Say that to me. Light emitting diode. Very good. Let's look at the definition. It's a circuit device that gives light when electricity passes through the circuit. It's a circuit device that gives light when electricity passes through the circuit. LED is not the same as bulb. Bear it in mind. LED is not the same as bulb. There is a difference between the LED and the bulb. Let's look at the next one. Bulb, as usual, bulb. Bulb gives light when electricity flows through the circuit. Are you following the lesson? Very good. Bulb gives light when electricity flows through the circuit. Yeah, that is very wonderful. Now you know what is meant by a circuit, and you also know the functions as of now. Let's now quickly look at another aspect of it. We also have the wire. We have the wire. Wire connects the various parts used in the circuit. Are you following the lesson? Very good. Wires connect the various parts used in the circuit. Yeah, these are the functions of the electric component. Now on this note, we end our lesson here, but I have to summarize whatever we learned so that it remains with you. First of all, we looked at the component of electric circuit, where we defined electric circuit, electric current, and electric component. We defined all of them, of which you can see. We also got on to simple electric component and their various symbols. Yeah, we got to know electric component and their various symbols. From there, we looked at the last, which was functions of the electric component, where I explained them clearly to all of you. On this note, we will bring the lesson to an end, but let's look at our assignment. Yeah, so I'm giving this assignment to you so that you do it quickly for me. Now, the first one is what is electric circuit? That is number one. What is electric circuit? Are you following the lesson? Nice. Number two, what is electric current? What is electric current? Very good. Number three, state the functions of the simple electric circuit. State the functions of the simple electric circuit. And the last one, draw, that is number four, draw and label a simple electric circuit. Nice. On this note, we are going to end our lesson here. Make sure you take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.